Greetings. Welcome to Wilderness Cooking. I'm Tavakkul, and this is where time slows down. In this village of Gamarvan, we don't just cook, we honor nature, family, and tradition, one dish at a time. Every recipe holds a memory, every flame a story. Come closer, and let's step into a world where food is more than sustenance. It's a celebration of life itself. Today, we embark on a daring culinary ritual, building a primitive tandoor from earth and fire to cook an entire ram beneath a barrel. A technique as old as time, reborn in the soil of Gamarvan, but not all is revealed at once. First, the earth must be shaped, the structure must be woven. The silence of the land waits patiently for the fire, the meat, and the feast to come. The journey begins with the land itself. My hands dig into the clay-rich soil, each handful telling stories of generations who tilled and toiled before me. I gather sticks, whispering to them my purpose. They will form the rib cage of our primitive oven, strong enough to cradle the beast, delicate enough to breathe. Now the barrel stands upright, a relic reborn. Around it, we weave our lattice of sticks, each bend a whisper of patience. Over this skeleton, thick clay will be layered, sun-warmed and smoke-scented, to hold in the fierce heat. Here, simplicity becomes science. The oven isn't built, it's summoned. If this kind of soulful ancestral cooking speaks to you, I invite you to subscribe. Here in Gamarvan, every video is a new memory in the making. Rural life in Azerbaijan isn't about rushing. It's about rhythm. The song of the wind through wheat, the clatter of hooves, and the laughter of children echoing off stone walls. Our days are stitched with chores, yes, but also with joy. A simpler life, perhaps, but never a dull one. When you live far from cities, inventiveness becomes survival. A barrel turns into an oven, a branch into a beehive. We use what we have, shaped by tradition and sparked by curiosity. In this village, creativity is as natural as breathing. The sun watches as I continue, smoothing clay with hands stained like my ancestors. Each layer seals in warmth, memory, and intention. Slowly, a primitive masterpiece takes form, ancient in spirit, solid in design. This barrel will be enveloped in a shell I weave from sticks, pliable yet firm. Once sealed with clay, this earthy cocoon will trap the fire's breath and hold it. The heat will swirl gently, cooking the lamb from all sides. No machines, no timers, only instinct, smoke, and time. I first heard of this method in an old book about the nomads of the Caucasus, who cooked wild mountain goats under upturned cauldrons. My grandfather used to tell a tale, half truth, half dream, of a shepherd who cooked a whole ram under a drum, guided by a dream of fire and wind. Today, I live that legend. As I coat the woven frame in clay, I remember my childhood, my father and I, hands dirty and hearts light, building ovens from earth during summer holidays. I didn't know then that those playful afternoons were lessons in love, craftsmanship, and patience. My father was a quiet man, but his hands spoke volumes. Together, we built more than clay ovens, we built trust. Now, I try to do the same with my children and grandchildren. Every project, every meal, is a thread in the tapestry of memory. Now comes the centerpiece, a whole lamb, fresh and robust. As I prepare the lamb, I reach for my most trusted tools. These knives, handmade and honed to perfection, are from my workshop, forged in fire, tempered with tradition. The right blade is an extension of the hand, and mine carry stories as sharp as their edges. Scan the QR code and check my shop. With a steady hand, I brush the lamb with a mix of salt and rustic spices, crushed black pepper, sun dried thyme, a touch of wild sumac. The aroma already promises something extraordinary. This step is sacred, the seasoning, a prelude to the fire's embrace. Now, a hollow wooden tube is inserted through the lamb. This will anchor it vertically in the barrel. With a deep breath, I fix the wooden post into the earth, standing tall like a totem of meat and memory. Garlic, nature's perfume. I tuck whole cloves deep into the flesh, like hidden jewels. As they roast, they'll melt into the lamb, infusing every bite with a smoky sweetness. Carefully, the lamb is lowered into the barrel. Around it, dry branches crackle with promise. Soon, flames will dance, and the slow alchemy of fire and meat will begin. Now, we turn to the bees. The old hive needs refreshing. I rub lemon halves on the inside walls. The citrus cleanses, masks human scent, and invites the bees to make it home once more. I place wooden frames fitted with mesh. They're where the honeycomb will form. These structures guide the bees' delicate labor, just as fire guides ours. Climbing the tree, I spot a wild hive clinging to a branch, buzzing and alive. Gently, I bring it down, branch and all, respecting the bee's rhythm. With care, I tuck the branch into the new box hive. A wild home, transformed into a sanctuary. This is how we coexist, not by conquering nature, but by courting it. The hive is set. Time for tea. Real Azerbaijani tea, fragrant with thyme, rose petals, and a hint of bergamot. It's not just a drink, it's a pause, a prayer, a moment of reflection. With tea in hand, I reflect on village life. Here, nothing is wasted. Even time is savored. We grow what we eat, we share what we have, and when the day ends, we rest with full hearts. A large butterfly lands on my back. I don't move. It reminds me that even in stillness, life visits us, soft, colorful, and unannounced. Follow us on Instagram for daily glimpses of village life, traditional recipes, and behind the scenes magic. Let's see how the lamb fares. I remove the barrel, and the aroma rushes out, rich, primal, unforgettable. The meat glistens, darkened by smoke and kissed by flame. Let's taste it. The knife slides through like butter. The first bite is smoky, tender, ancient. This is not fast food. This is forever food. The lamb was cooked by the breath of the earth itself. The sealed barrel trapped every ounce of flavor, every sigh of spice, slow cooking at its most poetic. The smell, intoxicating. Wood smoke, garlic, meat, and memory? It clings to your clothes, your skin, your soul. The taste, layered and deep, the outer crisp, the inside melting. Spices hum gently on the tongue. It's not just delicious, it's a story you eat.
Super.
Children run through the yard, laughter like bells. They've been waiting, watching, learning. Now it's time to feast. Look how they tear into the meat with joy, fingers sticky, eyes bright. This is how traditions are passed on, mouthful by mouthful. This was Wilderness Cooking with Tavakkul, where nature feeds the soul. Until next time, my friends.